If you're not speaking to people in a language that they'll understand, then it doesn't matter how great your words are. So one of the beautiful things about Streetlights is they're tapped into the idea that there are people who speak a certain language and they need the gospel in a certain way that hasn't been given to them. And so we're gonna feed that. We're gonna make sure that there's a reason why I understand the word better because of Streetlights' existence than I did prior to. I spoke the language of hip hop, and I hadn't yet found the way to connect God's word to something that I was consuming and understanding on an everyday basis. And so if Streetlights doesn't exist, there's many people in this world that undoubtedly speak that same language that I do that need the word and can understand it if they get it in a medium like what Streetlights provides. And so Streetlights is not here, then there's a huge gap, and I got a problem with it, and I think a lot of people are left with a detriment. What's up, world? My name is Cellus Hamilton, straight from A-Town, but I'm living in New York City, Harlem, New York. Rapper, minister, lover of Jesus, family man, husband, dad, a little bit of everything. I have a passion for helping people understand the word, understand the gospel, but give it in a way where it kind of connects to the culture, connects to things that we familiar with, and just letting people know about who Christ is. Like, that's always the mission. Everything I do is with that at the forefront, so that's kind of what I do. My deepest hurt as I walk through the city is probably like the fact that there's a deep disrespect for Jesus. People's experience with Jesus, as far as how it's been packaged and represented to them, is negative, and so people don't even like anything that has to do with him. People believe that they can have a relationship with God while still having a lack of respect for his word or even a knowledge of his word. The way the Lord reveals himself is not only through the person of Jesus, but we get that revelation through the word. Without the word, you're kind of following a Jesus that's really left to be who you say he is. Oftentimes the translations of the Bible can be a little difficult for people to understand. So they got difficult names, you've got difficult places, and then you've got context and situations of war that are just so different from anything we experience. It just makes people hard to get in touch and get in tune with the Bible. When people speak to me about how much I comprehend or know the word, and I share with them, I'm like, man, it's just because I'm listening to Streetlights. Like, I've got a robust intake of the word because of that app. Streetlights is always on in the crib, so I use it a couple ways. If I'm doing household chores, if I'm vacuuming, if I'm washing dishes, if we doing any kind of cleaning, best believe I'm listening to Streetlights. If I'm moving around on the bus, on the train, like, I'm tapped in with Streetlights, so it's always on. I recommend it to a lot of people in life groups in our church, young men that I'm discipling through the city, when they particularly want to get more into the word, but they don't feel like they're a reader or a person that just would want to sit in one place. And I always tell them, hey, Streetlights is something you can tap into and listen to it, and it's going to be there for you. I've had a couple guys from like the city and a couple guys from the neighborhood come over, and actually, like, if there's like a certain Streetlights chapter that kind of sticks out to me, or I feel like that just resonates with me in a way that them listening to it is gonna connect with them more than just us reading it, we'll play it right then and there. I always tell them, go listen to this chapter on Streetlights and check it out. So that's one of the ways that I kind of bring it in. So if Streetlights doesn't exist, there's many people in this world that undoubtedly speak that same language that I do that need the word and can understand it if they get it in a medium like what Streetlights provides. And so Streetlights is not here, then there's a huge gap, and I got a problem with it, and I think a lot of people are left with a detriment. So